Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated actress and comedian you know from shows like Schmigadoon and Saturday Night Live, which airs this Saturday on NBC with host Amy Schumer and musical guest Steve Lacy. Please welcome back to the show our very good friend, Cecily Strong, everybody. What a delight to have you back, Cecily.
Great to be back.
Last time you were here, we were talking about your place in upstate New York, and you referred to yourself as a mountain woman because of the wildlife that you ran into up there.
Yeah.
I think like woodchucks, was that what?
Mainly woodchucks.
Mainly woodchucks.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
why
there's
people
a
get
wild
places.
turkey.
Oh, really?
It's woodchucks.
But you went to Canada to film second season of Schmigadoon. And this is not the middle of the woods, these photos you sent us. This seems like pretty suburban. And those are bears.
Yes, so that's the house we stayed in. We didn't know there would be bears like that.
Yeah.
They sort of told us after we lived there. And we were in Coquitlam,
Okay.
which I think is, then you Google it, and it was like bear capital or something. And there's a lot of pictures or videos of bears reaching out for people walking trails or living in the suburbs. But
I guess when they told you it was already based on the photos a little bit, it wasn't really breaking news when they said there's bears there.
Right, it was
I mean, they
not.
were pretty close to the old...
yeah, and that one's got pizza or something.
Yeah.
It was every trash day. And then also, but the place we were staying also had a koi pond. And I was like, you know, I don't know much about bears, but the one thing I do know is they snatch fish out of water. So what are we doing with the Old Country Buffet in the backyard?
Right, it does. It seems like a place where fish have no place to run. Does not seem like a very kind life for them. You actually, a friend of yours took a video of one of the bears. I guess this is from this vantage point.
Yes, right.
Let's take a look to see one of these bears in action.
Bear, get away from our trash can. Bear. Oh, thank God it's not getting into ours.
Now, does it, Cecily,
Riveting commentary by Kevin.
Does it hurt your feelings when the bear just kind of walks right past your trash?
You know, no.
Okay.
No.
This is the same place. What were you took this photo of this raccoon?
Well, that was Kevin, too. Kevin would send me these photos while I was shooting, like a new wildlife thing was happening. This raccoon was sort of like, no, I'm trying, the handle, I'm trying to go in.
Oh, this is the expression of one being like, can you give me a hand?
Yeah, he was about to be like, yes, right, the door. I'm trying to go into your kitchen.
I want to eat the garbage from your kitchen.
Yeah.
You did not take this next photo, but would you say this has been a life-changing photo that someone sent you? Before I show it to everybody, tell me how you came about it.
So, you know, news is tough to stomach these days. And sometimes I really appreciate when a story shows up in my feed.
Yeah.
That's like, finally, this is for me. And it was the recent 2022 Comedy Wildlife Photos Awards. And so, of course, I had to look at all of them.
And this is an actual photo that was taken in wildlife.
This is an actual photo. I didn't take it, but I love it.
Tell us what.
Now, this shouldn't sorry, that is in Florida.
Okay.
So, I mean, that raccoon looks like, I mean, it's like a neighbor. It looks like he had a late night. And he's like, hey, y'all. He's just like saying hi while he's looking for shrimp tails. Hey, y'all. I don't know. I really
So it puts
love
you in a good mood. When the news is bad, you just kind of look at this. You can pull this guy up and feel better about how things are going.
And I kind of want to, like, you know, you have your phone avatars or... Is that what they're called?
I think so.
I'm very young and hip. Your phone avatars.
Do you mean you're like your home screen of your phone?
No, when your name comes up, your contact.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
This is fun. I just want to change all my photos to be him.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know if it's a he.
Do you want me to change it so if you ever call me, that's what I see?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Seth. Hey, dude.
It does feel like I'm going to take out the trash and he's coming home from a late night out.
He's a neighbor.
Yeah, he's on his way home and I caught him like sneaking in.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah.
You went snorkeling in the Mediterranean?
I did, yes.
Do you like that usually? Do you like
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Which? The
Like
Mediterranean
snorkeling.
or snorkeling? Okay. Snorkeling is the one I've never done. I don't. I don't normally do anything anything at all active
Yeah.
or dangerous.
I mean, snorkeling is like barely active, don't you think?
But it's in an ocean.
It is in an ocean. I'll
But
give you that.
yes.
Famously in an ocean.
Yeah, they say. So,
Dude,
and I was.
nobody snorkels in lakes. I feel like that's not like a non-starter.
Do they not?
I feel like they don't. Now I'm going to hear from our lake snorkelers, but yeah.
Oh, God.
That'd be a real can of worms.
Yeah, I want to read those letters. No, we were touring the Calanque in the Mediterranean. And
I feel like you made up the Canadian town.
Calanque. Oh, Coquitlam and Calanque.
Yeah, I think they're
both
both
And I'm going to do
made
one
up.
more hard C.
Okay.
But I won't tell you when.
So Calanque. You were touring
yes.
the Calanque. What is the Calanque?
Why would you ever do this to
You
me?
brought it up.
No, that's as much as I can tell
All right,
you.
fine. So you're touring the
telling you,
Calanque.
I'm pronouncing it correctly. That's
Okay.
as far as I'll get.
Okay.
They're like rock formation islands in the Mediterranean.
Well, I'm not gonna follow up Google. That's
Please
enough for
don't.
me.
No one do. But so we did a boat tour, and right away it was like this little guy who was smoked the whole time, and his name was Nico, and he was like, "But if you want to remember me, you can just remember my nickname is Nicotine," because there were so many Nicos.
You met a bunch of Nicos over your trip?
Well, he said that his company was a lot of Nicos. I guess it's a popular Marseille boatsman sailor name. But the first thing he said to me, which really threw me, is he was like, "And you are the lady I've just seen on my TV Ghostbuster?" And I was like, "Huh, Ghostbusters. I haven't gotten that one in a while." Yes, Nico, I was in 2015.
That's really funny. So you were in Ghostbusters in
Yes.
2015. It's really funny for someone to be like, I just saw it.
Right. And in another country on the ocean.
Do you think they just
And that's someone you trust to go snorkeling for the first time.
Yeah. Do you think movies just get to Calanque a lot later?
Sure. I'm already in trouble for not knowing enough. I feel like, so.
We'll just move on.
Yeah.
You did. We mentioned her obviously earlier tonight, but you played Carrie Lake. This is kind of like right up your alley.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is. There's a certain kind of person in the news that you have been crushing on SNL for decade plus. When she shows up, do you feel a gravitational pull towards the idea?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of clock them as they come. And then I think the first thing that happened when I got to work was Tucker said, we want you to be her.
This is Brian Tucker, the writer,
Brian
not Tucker Carlson, the Fox News. Yeah.
Yes.
Tucker
right.
Carlson, do you guys know works at SNL?
He texts me
now?
sometimes just with funny ideas, and they are hilarious.
So funny, yeah.
Carlson, that's my third. That's my third. Hard C. He's the hard C, Tucker. No, Brian Tucker, who is different than Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
And Will Steven wrote this, and it was, it was like, of course, this is my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I just love someone who's, what's simmering underneath.
Yes, very
beautiful,
calm. With like exactly.
Yeah.
Like the underpinning is very rocky seas.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Similar to the Mediterranean. That was neat.
That was really neat what you just did. Do you want to give us any final words about your buddy right here? Like, what do you say? Like, if you were like going on a road trip, what would this guy say as he saw you pulling out?
I mean, that guy would, number one, be like, where are you going again? He doesn't know that you're going on a road trip, but he'd probably be like, can I come?
Yeah.
Or can you grab me a six-pack?
Right.
He's sort of saying that. You mind grabbing me a six-pack?
Like,
on the
is
way
he
home?
maybe he's not, for a reason we won't get into, he's not allowed to drive right now?
Cross state lines.
He's not allowed to drive, but he's like, yeah.
He's got a little raccoon ankle monitor. He's out for a cigarette.
Yeah, he's out for a cigarette. He's always like, and he's always got like, he's like working like a wrench into the ankle monitor, trying to like,
yes.
Yeah,
You hear him
wiggle it.
yelling about something on TV. He's like, you see that storm last night? And you're like, I don't know, I guess. Right, always talking about storms.
I
Yeah,
like this dude.
cool.
Yeah, he's very into storms.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing him with us. I know he means a lot to you. And thanks so much for being here. It's always a delight. You guys, Cecily Strong, Saturday Night Live airs this Saturday on NBC with host Amy Schumer and musical guest Steve Lacy. We'll be right back with more Late Night.